Hello everyone. I'm amazed at how much time has passed since my last video. Other responsibilities, I have to admit, have stood in the way. It's not because I've wanted to neglect anyone or not respond to several requests. So my first apology will go out to PGH Vuitton Girl. She asked a really interesting question about comparing two Louis Vuitton items. As we know, these Louis Vuitton items are not cheap. They are expensive. I consider them investment pieces. I'm willing to go out with other things. I'm willing to work very hard for these items, so I'm quite proud. And I want to obviously take good care of them, but I'm also pleased to share what I've learned about the two clutches that I find are both good. And even though they are used for similar purposes, I have felt it's warranted to have both. I'm glad I have both, and I'm going to start now sharing with you the comparison and why I think they're both good to have. Okay, this is the Milla clutch. I have it in the azure. You're going to be able to get it in the azure. That's the light checkered print. You're going to be able to get it in the dame A, which is this darker checkered print, and then the more traditional type, which is the monogram. You absolutely cannot go wrong with any of them. I was wanting an azure, and I felt this was a safe piece to go with because I'm scared I'm going to get color transfer. Otherwise, it's like if I can spill something or get something on it, I'm definitely going to do that. So I didn't want to do that. So anyway, we want to do that with any other bag, and I thought it was safer with this Milla. Anyway, that's why I have the azure. Gosh, sorry. I wanted to share the measurements. It's basically 8 inches long, 4 inches high, and about a half an inch, not even half an inch in width. It is very narrow. I originally got this to use as maybe a longer wallet. Sometimes I just want my cash to be straight, whereas when you have it in a zippy wallet, you have to fold your bills to get them in, and I'm old-fashioned. I like to have cash with me when I go places, so I wanted it to be able to fit in here, and then it has a place. So let me just, it has a place where I consider the best for putting your cell phone. It has this like a microfiber lining, which is, I think it's dirt resistant, but it has just an amazing soft suede-like feel, and it does protect your items. So my iPhone, I have a plastic covering only, but I haven't invested in a cover because I actually like holding it thin, and I know it's a disaster waiting to happen, but it is my preference. So I feel really good when I carry it out that I can have its own special place. And I think in the side pocket here that it's offered, it works really well for that. And there's still lots of other room here. And because I like to carry cash, let me show you what it looks like when I do that. All my hundreds, oh my goodness. Oh, those aren't hundreds. Anyway, I just have some bills here, and that fits nicely in my Milla clutch. And then it starts to get fuller. So I really like to have a mirror with me. And so I have this little compact. It's by Too Faced. I really have enjoyed it a lot, but it has a little mirror inside. So I use that, and that's double whammy, so I can use my blush. And then I have a little kabuki travel brush, and this is by Bare Minerals, and I've loved it. It pushes up like this, closes, and it's nice and compact, and a lot of time I can get that to fit in too. Now it's obviously getting thicker, so if I'm going to carry a little bit of makeup, I can still do it, but just know it's going to bulge a little bit. And that's okay by me, because if I have what I need. Now here's where it gets a little tricky. When you want to carry the Milla, you're going to also want to probably carry your keys, and this is right now how I'm carrying my keys. So here's what I recommend. I'm going to take this off. This is a coin purse that's offered by Louis Vuitton, and I'm obviously a fan, but I also find the accessories very multi-purpose. And what I can do is I can open it up and stick my little gold chain inside the coin purse, and that alone is going to help on space. Another thing I can do with the Milla is not have the cash in there, but keep it some folded in here. And what I did is I took my house key and put that in there, and then I have some business cards. And then I can zip that up, and I can get that to fit in. Now it's already getting too pushy. So if I'm going to take my keys, I'm going to have to say goodbye to my makeup. This is the best way I know how to do this. I have to say goodbye to these. But typically when I'm out, I want to have my money with me. Obviously, I need to have my keys. Now, what I have not yet, and that does fit in very well. It zips up. It's good to go. What happens here is that this gets pretty clunky still. So sometimes, and again, it's a Louis Vuitton keychain, but let me tell you why I like this one. It pulls out, this is just their style. Instead of those rings that you have to pry apart, break your nail, I get all frustrated. This ring, you pull it straight out, you turn it, and then off comes this. And I can take the house key off. And what happens is, I bet you I can put my car key inside my little coin clutch. Barely, but I can do it. I can fit that inside, and then I can keep this separate. And it does fit in my Milla clutch, and it pretty much has everything I want it to take. This does not, this is pretty bulgy, and it does not have any makeup. But if you don't need to take your keys with you, or if you are, if you could take something really compact, like I imagine you could take a lip product with you. So I'm gonna see if I can't squeeze that in there. And I can. So you really can have your essentials. And the Milla clutch has surprised me because it has held more than I thought it would. And there's something about just holding a small clutch that's so satisfying. I just walk around with it, or I can wear it as I was sharing with you, on one corner, like such, where you could hold it like that. And it's probably a little bit safer, where you could, if it were to fall, you'd still be able to have it on your wrist. And another option I think is good to keep in mind with the Milla is if you have another bag or you bought separately, the Eva clutch comes with a strap, and with the Milla clutch it does not come with a strap. But if you already have one from another bag, like I do here, you can attach it to the sides. Now, I am not recommending this damier, this dark brown color with such a light color. I'm only using this to show you the purpose. If you have a lighter color pochetta, that's obviously better. But you could wear it crossbody and it works nicely. So I like the Milla clutch. Now, I'm going to show you another reason why I like this clutch. If I want to keep my bills straight, and that's just a personal preference, I really like the option of flexibility. I wouldn't always want to carry or need to carry cash, but if I did, I could still use this as a wallet. And here's the inside of the Eva. This Milla clutch fits inside. And I think that's a nice idea. It zips up just fine. I'm just struggling a little bit with this gold piece, but I think it's just because of the way it fell into the bag. It really does close up nicely. So why would I want to do that? The reason I would think so is, again, to keep your dollars straight in there. And also, if you really want to protect your iPhone, I could keep that in there and not worry whatsoever about it getting scratched up. So if I were to put the Milla clutch inside the Eva, which was never my original intention of getting it for that, it was, I believe somebody else had asked me a question on it, and I tried it, and I was so amazed that it did actually fit in there. Then this works. I can still put my keys inside, and I just still have them in the coin purse, but I could just leave it miscellaneous. I could put in my blush that's also working as a mirror, and I could put in a lip product and maybe a little mascara, and then that kabuki brush, and everything's in there, and that fits great. So the Eva clutch is quite practical for all your purposes. If you are going to invest in only one clutch, hands down, get the Eva. It's obviously bigger. You can do more. And I don't remember if I told you those measurements, but it's basically 10 inches wide, 5 inches up and down, and 1.5 inches. So compared to the Milla, it's 1 inch taller. It is 2 inches wider, and it's a whole inch in depth. Wider here, wouldn't it? This would be longer and then wider. Oh my goodness, my geometry is way off. Okay, so the other thing to say about this Eva clutch is that it does come with this strap. This makes it a day bag instantly. I had to go to the dentist today, and this was a perfect little clutch to take. I can do it crossbody, and when I'm out shopping, I really like to use my Eva clutch. So if I had to pick one, it's that. But if you have the option to get you a Milla clutch, I've used it more than I thought I would. And I've talked to you about a clutch, but do keep in mind that this would work as a wallet. So if you wanted a Louis Vuitton wallet, you could invest in one of these because it's going to hold everything that you're going to want it to hold, and it will be less expensive than probably any of the longer wallets that Louis Vuitton has. So you could double it as a clutch or a wallet. Another really smart investment, and I have no idea what this is called, I'm so sorry, but it's like their card, it's called the card holder. Duh. Okay, this holds so much more than I thought, but I have a card here on the side. There's a place for that. You could put cards here, and when I say cards, you could double it easily. You could put 2 cards in or more on the sides. You can press the middle, and you can get you could get more cards in, which is what my personal choice is, but I've seen people fold cash and stick that in there. But you know me, I don't like to fold my cash typically, but if I were to, if I needed only this or wanted to really concise, I could use that as an option, and so to put that in there. But if I put my credit cards and my license and my health card, whatever I thought I might need, in this, it fits great. Obviously, it would fit easily in the Eva Clutch, but it fits very nicely in the Milla Clutch. So there you go. You have your wallet, plus you have a place for your phone. I hope this has been helpful. Both great pieces. If I were to pick one, it would be the Eva, just because, mostly because of the size and the strap, but I like them both. This works great by itself as a clutch, works great as a wallet, and it works great as something to place inside of even the Eva Clutch, which gives you lots and lots of options. So I hope this has been helpful to you, and I hope to hear from you soon. Let me know if there's any other questions you may have, and I hope this was of help. Thanks. Bye-bye.